Hello everybody, Mr. Mobs here and welcome back to the channel. So today I just wanted to discuss a few things with you. Firstly regarding the channel itself, and also I wanted to cover off a bit of news regarding some new headsets that are soon to be available, hopefully. So firstly regarding the channel itself, I wanted to apologise for not uploading any videos recently. It's been the longest time since between videos. This is mainly to do with the heat at the moment. So English summertime, it's not always amazing, but when it is quite warm, it tends to get a bit too muggy, and I don't really like VR in too much in hot weather. I find it's too uncomfortable when you're kind of sweating loads and you've got a big headset strapped to your face. So yeah, so that's kind of one of my main reasons is I've not really been VRing as much recently. It's definitely something I do more during the winter months. Also, being summertime as well, like to be outside during the daytime. I've got a young daughter, so it's nice to go to the local park with her. So yeah, there's a kind of other activities that kind of take place over VRing. So apologies there, but I will still continue to try and contribute to the channel. It's just not going to be as often during the summer months. Having said that, I did try and make a video yesterday, got incredibly frustrated and gave up. Credit to all these VR YouTubers who regularly update. It's quite a lot that goes involved. Anyone, for a start, who is used to PC VR knows that things don't always go as straightforward as they do. But when you then take into account when you're recording videos, it's just like an extra layer of stuff to go wrong. So anyway, yesterday picked up my headset, hadn't used it for a while. Been a few updates. That's great. I always like an update to the headset because they introduce new features and things like that. But anyone who's used the Quests over time or Oculus when they were an Oculus, the updates bring new things, but they also break new things as well. So went on there, having all kinds of problems with my boundaries. It was saying that my boundary was still upstairs, so I'd draw the boundary downstairs in the room where I was playing. And then it goes straight back upstairs, and there was all kinds of problems with my controllers and things like that. And I had to reset my boundaries in the end. If you go into like the settings and stuff, I was fortunate enough that that worked. I've since read someone else had similar sort of issues, but the reset didn't work, and they had to factory reset the headset. So glad I didn't have to do that because that's a massive pain. But yeah, it's just little things like that. So had the issue with the boundary. That took absolutely ages to fix, probably a lot longer than it should have done to fix. I managed to get that sorted. Thought, right, okay, I want to go on now. Contractors Showdown. Now, any of you guys who've been watching the channel for a long time have probably seen the older videos that I posted of Contractors Showdown when it was still in the trial in the beta stages. I was lucky enough to have a beta keys, the Steam key, so I could play the unreleased version. Really enjoyed it. I was terrible at it, but I really enjoyed it. Did a couple of videos on it. Great. So day of release of when Contractors Showdown come out, I bought it straight away. Now I bought the Quest version, thinking that the it was cross buy and that I'd also get the PC VR, the Meta PC VR version as well. Which was always the plan of the developers. But unfortunately, I didn't know at the time, but there were some issues with, I think it was with like the anti-cheat system and Meta kind of signing that one off. So it meant that the PC VR version wasn't available for the cross buy straight away, but you could get it on Steam straight away. But what I'd done is I'd bought it, the Quest version, and because I played it before, I really liked it. I'd sent out the what's it called, like the code that you referral link. That's it, the referral link. I'd given that to a few friends. They'd used that, and because of that reason, I didn't qualify for a refund on the game because I was going to refund it and get the Steam version, which I should have done all along. But anyway, I thought it'd be nice to have a standalone version as well. Not that I'm ever going to play it. Anyway, so I was stuck with the Quest version, no refund. Me being so tight, I didn't want to double dip and buy it again on Steam. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this like the cross-buy version to be available, which they announced the other day with the season 1 update of Contractors. So I thought, yeah, great, brilliant, can finally play it, go on and play it on PC VR and do a few videos on that. So got my boundary issue sorted, which took forever. Then I tried to load up the game. I used virtual desktop. I was using the room downstairs, so it's not a link cable thing, it's a completely different room. And the game just loads and then gets a black screen, and then it says on the PC that the game's running, but it's not. And then you have to kind of like manually kind of force it to close. And then I tried that a few times, couldn't get it to work. Give up by this point. It's already quite warm. I've been trying to do this. I've only got a limited time to do it as well because, again, I've got family and other things going on. I've only got a limited time to kind of record these videos and get them out and all the rest of it. So kind of run out of time a bit on that and patience. And it turns out when I was on the Virtual Desktop Discord, someone's recommended that if I go to the beta version of Virtual Desktop, that should work. So occasionally when there's like a new game out and things like that, there can be like teething issues which they need to iron out. So it appears to be a virtual desktop thing rather than a contractors thing. But it was very frustrating having to go through all that just to find that. So I will try again at some point. Hopefully, the beta version of virtual desktop will fix that issue, or alternatively, I'll just wait for the actual release. Kind of go from there. So you haven't got a gameplay video from me anyway. You've just got a video of me rambling on, moaning about all the issues that I've had over the last couple of days. But that being said, anyway, so no video for now. Gameplay video, just a bit of an update. That's kind of the channel update. Thank you to everyone who's subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Really helps me along with stuff like this. Now on to a few bits of news regarding new headsets. So you may or may not know there's a couple of new headsets on the horizon. You've got one that's going to be released by Pico, and then you've got a new headset that's going to be released by Meta. So Pico have now confirmed there's going to be an announcement for a new headset. So it's not just a rumor, even though it wasn't a very well kept secret. So now I think they've got an XR event on the 20th of August, which is like an online event which you can attend. I think if you go onto their Facebook, onto the Pico XR Facebook page, you can see the link from there, or if you go onto their website, a few different ways you can probably find the link anyway. But that's the 20th of August. I don't know the exact times, I'm afraid, so you'll have to again check it out on the page. But that's where they're going to be announcing their new headset. Now, there's already been quite a few leaks and videos and stuff that they've put out themselves. So we've already seen that they've got new controllers which look almost identical to the Quest controllers. So the old Pico 4 had rings around the controller. These new controllers, there's no rings. They look pretty much identical to the Quest controllers, the Quest 3 controllers. The headset itself, I think there was a leak that had it wrapped a bit like, when there's a new car design, they wrap the new cars. I think they kind of leaked some images like that of it wrapped from memory. But basically, I think the name has also been leaked as the Pico 4 Ultra. And what they're going to do, from what I understand, is it's going to be pretty much Quest 3 specs, but it's going to have some additional RAM in it. So I don't really know what that's going to achieve. I guess games might run a little bit better. I'm not really sure. There's probably some of you guys are more technical minded that could actually tell me. But it looks to be perhaps slightly better spec than the Quest 3. Now there's still going to be the same things that is that people had issues with the with the Pico 4. So it's still going to be on the Pico operating system. I mean, these are all guesses, like no one actually knows, but yeah, Pico operating system, that's fairly understandable. They would be on there. It's gonna the store's still gonna be the same, so you can have access to the same library. Now, when I had my Pico 4, I only really used it for PC VR. I didn't really use it for standalone. They did give me a few free games, which was nice, but I didn't really use it Everyone said about how the standalone library wasn't very good. And if you're talking about numbers, there wasn't as many titles on the Pico 4 as the Quest, yeah, when you compare them side by side. But actually, a lot of the bigger names were available on the Pico 4, so I always felt it was a little bit unfair saying that the library was really bad because, okay, numbers wise, there wasn't as many games, but like a lot of the more kind of well known apps were on both. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a little bit harsh. Um, but yeah, so like the main difference for me, I guess, I had the Pico 4. I really liked it. That was back in the days when there was no Quest 3. It was definitely leaps and bounds above the Quest 2. It had the pancake lenses, had the color pass through. Um, nice light form factor. In fact, I prefer the form factor of the Pico 4. It's a lot lighter compared to the Quest 3, or it feels a lot lighter, I think it is. And it's a nicer fit for me than the Quest 3. But it was nice to move from the Pico 4 to Quest 3 for like the kind of the UI, the user interface, the operating system, all the rest of it. So um, I guess it's kind of swings and roundabouts what's most important to you. But ultimately, for me, I want my games to look the best. So if the resolution is higher on the Pico 4 on this new one, on the Ultra, if they run better, if they look better, then I will possibly shift back over to Pico because, like I say, PC VR. So I don't really care what I'm playing PC VR. I've got no loyalty to Meta. I think that they do a good job, but I'm open to ideas. So anyway, that's the Pico 4. I'm really looking forward to the event. That's on the 20th of August. See what happens then. All will be revealed. People have been saying they'd love a display port, things like that. I don't think we're going to see a display port. I think it's going to be a similar sort of form factor to the Pico 4, but with boost up specs. I'm interested to see what they do about the battery because everyone knows the Quest 3 has a big old battery inside. It's got a lot of power drain there, so I don't really know how Pico are going to manage that because again they want a decent sized battery to support the new chipset. Um, and yeah, so I don't know quite how that's going to work because Meta didn't manage it very well. Hopefully, Pico manage it better, but we'll see. So the other thing is, again, you guys probably know, but there is another headset on the horizon from Meta. Rumors, all rumors at the moment, but pretty solid rumors. So the MetaQuest 3S, which is slightly different to the Pico 4 Ultra, the MetaQuest 3S is rumored to be sat in the middle, like spec wise, between the Quest 2 and the Quest 3. So it's like a souped up version of the Quest 2. It should have the same kind of form factor as the Quest 2, so it's going to be quite large compared to the Quest 3. Um, but it's going to have a lot of the inner workings of the Quest 3, so the same sort of chipset and stuff like that. The lenses are going to be like the Quest 2 lenses, so they're not going to be as good a quality. So they've kind of merged the two, and they've got something in between, which is going to be more of a budget headset, which hopefully appeal to people that haven't got a load of money to spank on a VR headset. That'll probably be good for like parents who want to buy their kids a VR headset but don't want to spend the money on a Quest 3 because they are quite expensive. They've priced out some of their market that they gained with the Quest 2. The Quest 2 was subsidized, so it got a lot of momentum. A lot of people feel because of the price point, whereas the Quest 3 is that much more dearer. So they've kind of priced out some of their market there. So I guess that's what they're trying to get back. It's not going to be interesting to like all you kind of VR fanatics, I guess, because it's not going to be as good a spec. But it will appeal to some people for sure. So Quest 3S, the final design, or what appears to be the final design, has been leaked on X, formerly Twitter, by a user called Luna. Luna is someone who seems to have a lot of the data around new headsets and leaked information. So very reliable source there. I'll put some images on the screen and whatnot so you can have a look for yourself, but it should be the final design. And as you can see that it does look like a Quest 2 hybrid Quest 3 hybrid. But that will probably be announced at the Quest event, or the Meta event, should I say, which I believe the Meta Connect is November sort of time. I think they've announced it for around about 20th of November, so they'll likely unveil it then. So that's about it for now. I'll probably do another video after the Pico event, just kind of do a roundup of what they've said and show a few pictures of that off. I will hopefully get some more gameplay videos in for you if I actually get to load up a game with no issues. So we'll fingers crossed there. Like I said right at the beginning of the video, thank you to everyone who supported the channel and subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, then please do to help out. If you've got any recommendations of games that you'd like to see, or reviews, or any sort of content for the channel, please stick it in the comments. Apologies again for not posting so regularly. Hopefully, as things cool down, you'll have a few more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.